Men's golf media scrum time. Head coach Scott Sullivan, Cole Byer, Luke Wagstaff, coach. Been a busy, pretty successful spring for you thus far. Kind of highlighted by last week with a couple of good performances in Arizona. Kind of give us a recap of the spring, especially that trip with 2 tournaments.
Yeah, we did pretty well, Chris, for second and third tournament. We didn't do too well in Las Vegas. It was a large 20-team national tournament, and we didn't finish too well there. So I was glad to see our guys rebound, and we got 2 seconds down in Arizona. So, I think we're starting to round into form, and we're going back to Arizona this next weekend, and then we've got the conference championship in a few weeks.
Guys, the trip kind of punctuated on a really high note last week, a new program record of sorts. 4 guys under par, including both of you. What was kind of clicking for the team that day, and kind of you guys individually?
I think we all just played well. Some days you play well, some days you don't. But I mean, we were able to have 4 guys play well, which is what you need in tournament golf. When you have 5 guys, you need 4 to play well for counting. But we played that course 2 days before, earlier in the week. So seeing it beforehand definitely made it easier, and we knew what our game plan was, and we all just stuck to it.
Yeah, I think after the first tournament in Vegas, we didn't play too well. So we kind of had a chip on our shoulder coming into Arizona. And now going back there this next weekend, I feel like we need to try to win this one. Going into RMAX would be huge for us.
The schedule of opponents you faced have been very difficult, including a team from the conference has kind of had everybody's number across the country. What is that like to play against so many good teams throughout the season and in a particular tournament?
I think it's a privilege. I mean, you want to play against the best teams every week, it's just to see where you're at. And obviously, Colorado Christian's a great team. They've assembled kind of the Avengers, seems like. But it's awesome. You get paired with them. You get to see where your game matches up against those guys, and you realize you're not that far off, So it's just fun to chase them, and it's fun to not compare yourself to them, but to try and beat them when you play them. So.
Yeah, number 1 team in the nation, and so it's always a goal. They're like our RMAC rivals, so it's always a goal when we go there to try to beat them. So it's definitely good that we feel like our competition that we're trying to compete with is the number 1 team in the nation. So.
You look like you have something to say.
Well, just Colorado Christian is just they've got 4 guys that'll turn pro, and one will move on. He'll be a junior next year, and he's going to move on to a top level Division I golf school, and they're just very, very good, and they won the national championship last year too. But I have to brag about this guy a little bit too. I mean, he's 6th in the country individually. So, we've got some good players too. And, we're willing to go up against them and add them up and see what happens.
You talked about the rankings there. Was going to be my next question. Team ranked 25th and in the nation, and then 4th in the official regional rankings. A pretty good spot to go here with less than a month left of the regular season before regionals. What's kind of the goal here over the final month, including the conference meet?
Well, goal for me is, let's show up at the conference championship. We won. We're going to Palm Valley this weekend, and we won Palm Valley 2 years ago. We didn't go back last year. We had some other opportunities that I wanted to play. But Cole won this tournament 2 years ago individually, and so I'd like to see us do really well there. I think pretty much all of the RMAC is going to be there except for Colorado Christian. And then we've got a couple weeks later, we've got the RMAC championship, and I want to see us do well there. And then, obviously we're on pace to get a super regional bid. So that's expected. as long as we continue to play well. And then get to the super regional, and then my expectation is we get to the national championship in Florida. And our region did so well, our super region did so well last year. We had 3 teams in the final 8. And so we get 6 out of our super region that will advance to the national championship. So it's well within our ability to get one of those top 6 places. And, we had it last year too. And last year was only 5, and this year it's 6, and we finished 6th last year, missing by like 2 strokes at the end. And, we had it up to the end. So the expectation is we get to the national championship.
Say, Cole, what's been the key for you this year? It just looks like your scores are a lot more consistent. And is it just kind of experience and you understand what it takes in college golf?
Yeah, I mean, I've played in so many college golf tournaments that, I know what it takes, like preparation-wise coming into a tournament. I know what it takes, when you're in a practice round, when you're warming up for a round. I just feel like my process and my system that I've been able to develop when I go into a tournament is pretty good. I know what I'm doing, so it's nice, and the scores show it. But I don't feel like I'm doing anything super special. I just feel like I'm putting the ball where I need to put it, and just letting birdies come to me.
It's kind of the whole point of golf, right? Yeah. You guys both talked about, chasing Colorado Christian and wanting to beat them, but you also know in golf, you got to play against the course more than against another player or another team. How do you kind of balance that? I mean, is that just kind of a target, but I know you can focus in on beating the course?
I mean, we talk about Colorado Christian because they're they won every tournament, but when we're out there, we're not thinking about Colorado Christian. We're thinking about the shot we need to play. That's enough. That's hard enough to do. It really is. I mean, you get there's only so much that can go on in your mind out there. You're not thinking about the guys you're playing with. You're thinking about how to put the ball in the hole. So they don't occupy our minds at all when we're on the golf course. We're completely focused on what we need to do.
Yeah, and then something playing the course wise that I try to focus on, and I think our team preaches pretty well, is staying patient and letting, like Cole said, letting the birdies come to us. So yeah, just playing simple golf is the goal.
Hunt birdies and everything
Yeah.
else kind of falls into place, right?
Yeah.
So going back to Arizona, I mean, you guys obviously are comfortable there. You know you're going to get good weather. Does it just kind of build the confidence every week going, okay, I know I can play this course, and we're kind of building toward that goal?
I think for me, I've played pretty much every golf course that we play. So, it's kind of the same thing. It's nice knowing the golf courses and being able to kind of show these guys where to hit it, where not to hit it. But yeah, being comfortable there. I mean, I won there, so that's cool. I mean, it's not, I know that, because I won there before, it's not like I'm just going to happen again. I got to play well. So, my goal is just sticking to my process and just making sure I'm ready to go.
Yeah, and then for me, first year, kind of traveling consistently. It's kind of nice having Cole, like you said, he's played all these courses before, so it's when we play the practice rounds and I'm paired up with him, it's kind of nice picking his brain and knowing where to hit the ball.
Question of the week, best question. This week's question is, what is your go-to karaoke song and kind of why, or how did it come to be?
Gosh. Go ahead, Coach.
I'm a Boston Red Sox fan, so I'd say Sweet Caroline.
Good choice.
Luke?
This is shout out Leo. every day driving to qualifying, Bohemian Rhapsody.
Okay, this might be kind of embarrassing, but When I Was Your Man, Bruno Mars. Great song.
Some good choices, all different like last time. All right, thank you, and good luck coming up.
Thank you.
Thank you.